Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman Adventures with Rhiannon with Stardew Valley 1.5 Retired Slow Play, part number 81. We are on the 25th day of summer in year number 3. Going to check the calendar and make sure there's nothing going on today. Dance of the Moonlight Jellies is our next event. That was a great purchase for $2,000. I'm glad we have it. And of course, every day we start off saying hello to the family, and then we'll go outside to see what we got going on today. Also looking at my relationships, and I really hated that I missed the dwarf's birthday. You can see we have a lot that we need to get going on, but I'm not in any rush. We'll get to it. If you're new to my channel, you should pay attention that this is a retired slow play. That means I'm not in any big hurry. I'm going to enjoy the journey. I do have goals. I do have plans. I've got a purpose, so I'm not just playing willy-nilly kind of here and there. I do have I have a direction that we're going in. We started collecting jade for a purpose, and of course our iridium ore from our grandpa's gift of the Statue of Perfection. So always check that first thing. After I water the bowl, I can put these things away. I thought, oh, I'm not used to getting the jade, so I'm saving it, so I'm not selling it. So that's kind of changing my my pattern a little bit, but I'll get used to my new pattern, and we'll find out about that jade soon. And make sure it gets in the right chest. There we go. And continue on. And I love it that our preserve jars are ready. We will get to those after we get done with our morning chores over here with our farm animals. While I'm doing my morning chores, I want to remind everyone I've got some helpful links down in the description. I have the main page for Stardew Valley that Concerned Ape did, and it has updates there and talks about the game and different things. There's a link to the wiki. It's the official wiki, and it is amazing. It's very fleshed out. There's pretty much nothing you can't find out about on the wiki, so I encourage you to check that out. There's also a link to the forums, which are just wonderful. Great group of people. If you're going to play and you need some help, I highly recommend you create an account, get on there, say hello, introduce yourself, and you'll be able to get the help that you need. I want to ask also, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me know that I'm doing something that people find valuable and interesting. And I help also, if you like my videos, give them a like. And if you have a comment, please make a comment down below. All of those things make me feel like I'm doing something that other people find valuable. And of course, it makes YouTube like me better, and they'll recommend my videos to other people. So all of that would be good, and it'll help me keep doing what I'm doing. Later in this video, there's going to be a secret word of the day. So I want you to listen for it, and when you hear it, use that word in a sentence in the comments. Don't say the secret word of the day is such and such. I want you to use the word in a sentence. So please be creative with that. I love this idea. I stole it off of somebody else. So I'll be giving the secret word later in the video, so you got to listen for it. Today we're pulling out apple jelly and putting in some ancient fruit. And so I don't want to, I'm trying to mix match. And like apples, we've got that wonderful apple tree in the greenhouse, and so I feel like we have sufficient amount of apples that we could use for making jellies. But ancient fruit, oh boy, that's our most lucrative fruit that we have. Aside from the star fruits are more lucrative, but you have to replant them, as opposed to the ancient fruits, which are in the greenhouse in 3 different plots, and you never ever have to replant them again. So to me, that's why they're the most lucrative item for the greenhouse. And check our bait bin every morning and rebait the crab pots. We're not getting hardly any great stuff, but we are getting stuff we can recycle, and that's useful. And some of these non-fish, I call them, those are useful too. We've only got 3 full days left of the season, and then it will be fall. Oh boy, look at our oak resin. Yes, yes, yes. I love growing propagating my oak resin from my oak trees. And so we're going to combine that with our coral and make deluxe speed row, and we're doing great on our supply on that. And eventually I think I'm going to do like a row of pine trees and a row of maple trees and a row of whatever the other tree I can't remember, and tap those just so that we have all of the saps and resins and things handy in case we need them for something. So that original tree that's down below that had that whatever it was, the pine, it was a pine tar. That tree's been there since the beginning. I tapped it early on. I just haven't chopped it down because I hadn't replaced it yet. So I do need to get those trees planted so that we have stuff coming in. So we'll get to that. No worries. And you can see that we got a whole bunch of stuff from that our wonderful little Junimos have harvested for us. We got some blueberries coming in. We got our tomatoes coming in and radishes. So these are great things to have. I like to have variety. I don't want to have just one thing growing. So I like to have all different kinds of things. So, and I know that, you know, there's the most lucrative item to have, and then I saw people talking about this, getting bored because they only are growing ancient fruit and it's boring. That's true. I'm not bored. I have all kinds of things growing, and so to me it's more of a challenge this way, and to make sure that I have the right seeds and I have everything growing. You saw that I pulled out 21 of these items so that I can put them in my chests to get ready for the next time. So I got like 4 things now that I can put in the preserve jars when they are ready. Check in this. This is the kegs, and I've got. I'm not ready to start with star fruit yet, but I can certainly do ancient fruit, and I also think I had some melons in there, and so we got plenty of things that we can use. I'd like to be ready. I don't like that to run out, so that when, you know, in the middle of the night I come flying in trying to get in bed, and I've got preserve jars ready. I want to have something ready for that instead of having to run around and do it last second. And I thought I'd make some more, we've got some good amount of coal stocked up, so I wanted to go ahead and make more of these fantabulous iridium ore bars. We're going to need them, and I'm getting my stock up. And as you saw, that I had plenty of the other ones, the other ore bars, but the iridium ore, we need to get some more of those. And there we go. So you see I've got like 40, 48, you know, in the 40s, even almost in the 50s in some of them. But the iridium we do need a lot of because we need to get our tools upgraded. And I wasn't sure where we were at on that. I know I've got 2 golden ones. I think I have 1 iron tool, and then eventually we need to upgrade everything to be iridium. So it takes 5 bars of whatever you're going to do and money. So I thought, okay, let's go upgrade another tool. Really, the best time to upgrade tools is in the winter time, because you're pretty sure, unless you're going into the mines a lot, then because you're going to be without your tool for a couple of days. And I thought, you know what? We can go, our axe needs to go up, so we can do that for 10,000 and 5 bars. So okay, let's go ahead and do the axe, and then it needs to be upgraded again to iridium. So we're a little behind on that, and that's okay. It's not a rush, but I do want to get those things upgraded, and maybe the rest of the ones will get upgraded over the winter time as our iridium supply increases. We've got plenty of money to do these things now. It's very expensive, as you saw, but we'll get there. I have plans. So no worries. All right, so we're going to head back and go over to the Calico Desert. Get out of the way, Pam. Get out of the way, Pam. Get on the bus, Pam. That's funny. It's shut, the door shut, and Pam's standing outside. That was kind of disturbing. My plan had been to come over here and get some more coconuts and some more cactus fruit. And I'm still bugged that I can't get the one that's up on the top there. So I want to see what they have different. There are different things today than there was the previous day, and so each day there's some different things available to us, and so that's okay. We'll get them. We'll come over here on periodically. Eventually, we'll get a desert obelisk, and what that'll do is it'll pop us to the desert automatically. And I thought, while I'm here, might as well dig up the sand a little bit. The desert obelisk will get us here automatically. Those obelisks are very expensive. If you paid attention when we built the Junimo huts, or when we went over to the wizard and he gave us access to that catalog that we can order things, The obelisks that we can do are anywhere from 500,000 to 1,000,000 each. And so I want to get them all. I love having them. I love it that it takes a while to get those things in the game, because it's kind of a progression. I like it that I'm basically forced to go ahead and travel around by foot in the beginning. That's fine with me. And then as the game progresses, it's okay, fine with me that we have these fast travel things available to us. So, but we need to save money for that. But as I've mentioned a few times, our money's going to start increasing exponentially as we start processing our wines through and down in the basement, and get them to iridium quality and sell them, especially when we start getting those ancient fruit wines. All of that is going to make things increase fast. So it's okay, we'll get there. So I'm comfortable sitting at that 345,000 right now. Eventually, I want to start cranking it up though, and be able to buy those obelisks. And there's other things that we can buy. If you've watched previous episodes, you saw me visiting Krobus down in the sewers. He had what was called a return scepter. So this is not a surprise. If you've watched it, you saw it. What that does is it returns you to home immediately. However, it's 2 million gold. So, it's going to take a while before we get those things. I guess those are considered late game things, if you will. So we will get them. I wanted to double check with our lovely Sandy here in the desert and see if there's something that we had not bought that we need to get. And I don't remember the kinds of things that she sold other than some seeds. Look at that. The deluxe speed grows 80. We're growing it for free, people. So there's cactus seeds, which those take 12 days. And I think I can make my own cactus seeds with the cactus fruit that I've been collecting. And also, eventually, I want to say hi to Sandy too. We need to work on that relationship. And I think she likes some flowers and things, so we need to bring her some flowers, because she doesn't have a lot of flowers here in the desert. So I was really bummed that I guess the cactus fruit and the coconuts have not responded from our visit yesterday. So on the previous episode, so I was kind of bummed that I wasn't able to get those, but that's okay. We got some clay. We talked to Sandy, and eventually we got to figure out how to get in that back room back over there. And I think there's kind of a little secret to that, and we will find out what it is. In fact, let's go find out right now. Hey, who thought of going to the left of that? I didn't for the longest time. It's like, okay, what is this? Like, okay, looks a little weird here. A little dark, and there's like okay, we can't go past there. And, oh, look at that. There's something on the wall. Click it. It's a battery-powered lock box. Unfortunately, there's no battery in it. Huh. Well, we know all about batteries, right? We get them from our lightning storms, from our lightning rods outside our house. So probably, wherever that thing goes, we can do it with a battery. I thought, well, let's go ahead and spend the time. We've already got our chores done. So, each day I do my chores, and then I end up doing other things. And today we're going to go put a battery in a box in a tunnel. Okay, so there we go. I'm glad we had an extra one. And put some more wood there and keep our coal going. And put that away and put that away. And let's go see. We may have a little adventure thing going on here. So that's okay. Something you guys haven't seen before. So you got to watch, right? So I'm really grateful that we had batteries in stock. So let's go back into this weird tunnel here and see what happens if we stick a battery in the box. You can see that's right on the north side of our farm. That's kind of interesting because this goes under the farm. Where was it? I'm trying to figure out. There it is. It worked! The lockbox swings open. Inside there's a note. Okay. What's the note say? Your first task, bring a rainbow shell to the train platform and leave it in the box. Mr. Key. Okay. Okay. Mr. Key, huh? And leave a rainbow shell in the box at the train platform. Okay, I can do that. So this mysterious Mr. Key. He wants us to go down into the bottom, into the 25th level of the Skull Cavern. which is kind of creepy. And he wants us to put this, wants us to put something in that lockbox. Okay, he's a strange dude. We don't know much about him. This is a whole new thing, right? But we're going to find out because we do have a rainbow shell. In fact, remember I saved one the other day? That was completely by mistake or luck, as the case may be. So, okay, we're going to go put that in there. I have no idea what's going on. I don't remember why. But we're going to go up to the train station, our nemesis, the train station that never gives us goodies, hardly ever. We're going to go up there anyway. Go see what we can see. Since we can't really do anything, our axe is not available to us. So, okay, train station, here we come. There should be a box up here somewhere. I haven't been up here for a while. So it's okay. Where is this said box? Okay, that's not it, I don't think. Oh, the train station platform. Okay, there it is. So there's that. It's an empty box. Okay, well, let's make it not empty. You threw the shell into the box immediately. A note falls down from the raptors above. Okay. Well done. Your next task, place 10 beets inside the box, inside Mayor's fridge, Mr. Key. 10 beets, huh? Okay. I'm pretty sure that beets are a fall crop, but I'll have to double check that. And I don't think I have 10 at all. So let's go check it out. So, okay, we're on this really strange little mystery and not sure where it's going to lead us, but we're going to find out. This weird Mr. Key, huh? Okay, let's go see. Let's check our beet supply. Again, there's reasons to have other things growing in your farm. Oh, okay. Rusty spur. I saw the wiggly things. I call them wormy things, but they're artifact spots. Let's go check our beets. Was it a summer thing? No, I think it's a fall thing. So I did what I've told you guys to do before, is I went to the wiki and I checked the wiki and found out we don't have beets. We haven't had them before. We haven't grown them before. They are a fall thing. I was right about that. So we're going to have to make a trip back to the Oasis Desert is what we're going to have to do to get what we need. So again, I was just double checking, thinking, okay, am I wrong about this? But I was wrong about having them at all. So we'll have to go get some more, and they are a fall thing. So to finish that particular interesting little mystery, we'll have to go get some beet seeds and grow them and put them in the mayor's refrigerator, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure how the mayor is going to react to that or if he'll be happy about that, but that's okay. We're going to do it anyway because it's a mystery and we'll find out. I want to do my usual disclaimer that I'm not a sound engineer and I occasionally have background noise, undesired background noise. So I do try to minimize that as much as possible. But I do live on a lake and also a condo. So we've got the condo association comes out and mows the yards and stuff, and I try to keep that down as much as possible. So occasionally you're going to hear something, and I do apologize for that. I'm trying to cut that out as much as possible. You're also going to hear my crazy cats. I got crazy cats, and they are, I swear to you, that they're asleep when I start, and then they're no longer sleeping afterwards. They're like, they know I swear they know I'm trying to have quiet, and then all of a sudden they start fighting and playing with noisy toys and all kinds of things. That's a thing about having kittens. What I'm doing here is I'm changing the color of these chests to kind of better remind myself when I come back here what's in them. So we've got minerals, which are kind of like, some of them are gems and things, and so I was trying, and I'm still looking at why is the light not on? I just don't understand. It's just bugging the heck out of me. I don't know why it's bugging the heck out of me, but it is. It's like, come on guys, turn your light on. Something's wrong. Why aren't you? Ah! And it comes on. Now, isn't that weird? They must have heard me talking. That's the only thing I can come up with. Oh my gosh. I'll be glad when we get our axe back. We can start chopping down some of these random trees that are in the way. So it'll be a better axe. The more you increase your tools, the more effective they are. So for instance, the axe, it will take you less chops to chop a tree down, for instance. Oh, beautiful cauliflower. Isn't that pretty? Looking at my beautiful cauliflower there. And I'm taking just a little look-see around the farm here. And I love doing this just to kind of see, all right, I mean, it's like, look at those mushroom trees and how much they are taking over. So I'll have to do something about that very soon. And of course, the trees that are around that pond there, I actually planted those myself. Some of these at the top I didn't, but they are growing kind of where I want them anyway. That's all going to be a decorative space except for the bee houses. The bee houses is one of our revenue streams, and I think we have 12 bee houses, so we're doing pretty good. All right, so it is 11 p.m. and we are going to check our calendar, and nothing going on tomorrow, nobody's birthday, no events, and we're going to get some rest and see how we're doing here. And if you've probably paid attention, you'll see that, you know, I'm making whatever, the apple jelly was 250. We're doing quite a few thousand every night. We haven't had any great big ones from the wines and things. Those take a long time. It takes 54 days to get wine from plain quality to the iridium quality. So 54 days, 54 game days. So that is quite a long time. That is almost 2 full seasons. So we'll get there. It is raining today, so that means the Junimos are not going to harvest anything. And I wanted to go in and I wanted to water this coffee plant. I forget this all the time. I wish I had 2 watering cans so I could have one inside and one sitting outside here for the outdoor stuff. It really bugs me. They can only have one because it's really be more efficient to have 2, but whatever. We're going to gather our iridium ore. We got 4 today, so that's great. And our supply is, we used quite a bit to make some recently, so our supply is down a little bit. And because we also needed those bars that we are using, going to be using to upgrade our tools with. So we're going to say hello. Much more easier to say hello to our animals when they're inside their respective buildings. And who is this? That's Poppy. No milk from Poppy today. But we are at 5 full hearts with all of these animals in here. I think we're at full hearts with all of the ones in the coop as well. And that's a good thing because you do get a better chance of getting iridium quality, and at the same time I just got silver quality instead of gold or iridium quality, so I don't understand why that just happened, but I guess it's really kind of random, but you have a better chance of getting iridium quality. Looks like our chickens and our ducks and our dinosaurs are giving us some goodies here. We've got some eggs, and I've got a duck egg and a dinosaur egg and a chicken egg, a couple chicken eggs. So we're doing pretty good on that. Guys, you're in my way here, totally. I'm pretty sure that we're 5-star, the max relationship with all of these guys too. And it's so much easier when they're inside, but I like to have them outside eating fresh grass. I've been told, or I read somewhere many moons ago, that if they get fresh grass to eat, then they're happier. So I don't know if that's true or not. You can lose relationship with your animals if you stop petting them, stop feeding and everything. They will be very, very unhappy with you. So we don't want to lose those relationships. We're going to work on them, keep them up. As far as the villagers, you don't lose relationship with anyone except for your spouse. Your spouse, if you don't talk to them, if you don't give them gifts on occasion, then the relationship will go down. And I think the reason for that is because in this game, you have the ability to divorce your spouse. And I hate that they have that, but I understand. I know a lot of people want to be married to everybody in the game, or at least have the what do they call them, the 10 heart events with everybody. But you know, I don't like that part of the game, and I will always be with Harvey. I won't. Look at this lightning. Oh my gosh. Getting lightning. In previous episodes, we've had the most amazing opportunity to see a lightning strike right in front of us, right on our pathway. And that was cool that I was able to share that with you guys and let you see that happen, because it's so rare for me to see it. So I thought, oh cool, that happened and you guys got to see it. So cool. All right, we checked our worm bin, got our crab pots rebaited, and let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, I'm going to get some roe, and it looks like our coral's doing pretty good. I think there's 4 in each one. And oh good, our honey's ready. And this will be poppy honey because we got a poppy flower growing in between. And I'm always really careful when I pick this because I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally picked the flower. And once you do that, then the next time your honey's growing, it's just plain honey. Poppy is a nice, valuable, it's more lucrative than regular honey. So I'm being very, very careful to make sure that I don't accidentally pick the flowers. Eventually, we want to pick that flower, if I don't forget, because we want to put it in our seed maker to make seeds for the following year. So we'll get there and pop that in the shipping bin. And if you have never watched any episodes and you haven't played Stardew Valley, the very first episode, Mayor Lewis tells you anything you want to sell, put it in the shipping bin, and I'll come by at night and pick it up for you. So that's a little bit weird that Mayor Lewis kind of sneaks around the farm at night and picks up stuff. So it's kind of funny, really. But anyway, I'm checking to make sure I got plenty of stuff in the chest in case our preserve jars are ready, and we are in good shape. And man, is this a lightning storm. Woo-wee! And because I love lightning so much, our word of the day is going to be lightning. And please use that in a sentence down in the comments. And do not say the word of the day is lightning. You be creative. Create a sentence that has the word of the day. It is lightning. All right. And play along with me. Come on. I've seen somebody do this and it was so much fun for me to do it with somebody else. I thought I can have my people do that. So I want you to do that. So we're going to go see Sandy and get some beet seeds. So as coincidence would have it, we can plant them in the next 3 days. So awesome. A visitor. So I came in and talked to her first, and I should have brought her a gift, but I didn't think of it. And we're right there, 20 each. So we're going to get some beet seeds and grow beet seeds. And I wanted to see it need at least 10 beets. So we need a minimum of that. So let's grab some. They're 20 each. And I'm thinking, all right, let's do a bunch more than that. And if you remember me, when I was planting or putting down and creating the iridium sprinklers, they have 24 plants that can grow around them. So that's the reason why I picked 24. I could have done 50. I could have done lots of things. And I'm also looking around for cactus fruit and some coconuts, and I'm not seeing either one. But I did see a artifact spot. Oh, good, a mixed seed. We're kind of low on those, and we need them for crafting. So I'm glad I had those. See that little hole in the side of the cliff right there? That's Skull Cavern, people. We're going to have to go there soon. It's not going to be fun, but we're going to make it as easy as possible. So we got our beet seeds, and in 3 days we'll be able to plant them, and it takes 6 days for them to grow. Less time with the deluxe speed grow. So once we get 10 of those, then we can go take them to Mayor Lewis's refrigerator, which I think is a little bit weird. Going into his house and putting something in his refrigerator. Maybe he's friends with Mr. Key. I don't know. I have no idea why. Oh, look at that. We got some coal out of our recycle bin. I can't remember what makes coal. It doesn't matter. I'm going to feed all my trash through the recycle bin anyway. But I thought, that's interesting. Wonder what it was. And we'll go ahead and make some more coal. That's a good thing. And go pop that in there, and there we go. And put that away. It's like, oh my goodness. Sometimes I double do things myself. Uh-oh. We had a lightning strike that popped up a piece of our flooring. So somewhere, I was like, where the heck was it? So that's what happens with a lightning strike. There it is, right there in front of my face. A lightning strike will strike all kinds of things. It can hit trees. It can hit your pathways. And so when you walk by it like that, it pops the pathway into your backpack. And it's kind of how you know that there's one that got popped up. But we got to put back where it belongs. And so again, I'm kind of checking things out down here. I know I've got some clearing to do. Off to the right is where we plant our fiber seeds, but I don't have enough. That's what I'm using the mixed seeds for. Use that and combine it with a couple other things to make the fiber seeds, and I just don't have enough. So we'll get more as we chop things up and harvest things, but right now we don't have enough, and that's okay. I've got enough fiber for now. So I decided to go ahead and pull the coral out of our ponds. We're going to leave one behind so it can continue to propagate itself. And I just love doing this. It makes me happy to have so much deluxe speed grow on hand. And so I have not mentioned this in this episode. I do use Microsoft OneNote for my organization. So I keep track of how many seeds, like my main crop, how many seeds I need for the entire season. My secondary crop, usually the secondary crop is the one that's all along the edges of the perimeters of my planting area. So right now I've got tomatoes and blueberries. And then I sometimes have two secondary crops, like right now blueberries and tomatoes. But then I grabbed another rainbow trout. Good, got 5 of those. So eventually I will be able to have as many as I need before the season starts to handle the entire season. By the way, since it's raining, I thought we'd go down to the beach. I remember I had those beach totems that I haven't ever used. So I thought, you know what, let's use one to pop down to the beach real quick. No real reason other than it was just real quick and I had them. Kind of want to use them up to get them out of my backpack. Eventually we will get a beach obelisk. So oh my gosh, now I got another one. It's for the mountains. So at some point, maybe I'll carry one of each. You can craft these as well, but this is something I don't use very much. Oh, hello there, weird guy. That's the guy that if you want to get married on a rainy day like this, you go see him and he will sell you a special item that you can give to your intended to marry them. Oh my gosh, look at all this clay. It's like, okay, I'll just dig some more up here. Not any of that time, but my gosh, it's like I have 4 pieces of clay already just kind of hacking things up. So cool. Again, that's the reason he's still there is because you can divorce your spouse and marry somebody else. And so, it's part of the game, whatever. I know everybody's different. I think about that as like, oh, that's a terrible thing. And then I think, no, everybody's different. Everybody has different circumstances in their life. And that may be something that some people want to experience all of the spouses. So, okay, knock yourself out with one save file. So that's okay. Go ahead. Harvey is my chosen guy. And I've talked about this, but it's been a long time since I've talked about this. In that, I'm a retired senior. I make my character kind of look like me. I do have long gray hair. When it came time to choose a spouse, obviously there's not any seniors that you can marry. I mean, there's the only other gray-haired person is Linus. So it kind of bugs me that, and Evelyn, I'm sorry. There's also Evelyn, and I'm sorry about as far as single people, and George, of course. But Harvey was the closest thing to being an adult that isn't riding around on a skateboard or, I don't know. I just wish we had more options for people that older people that we could choose for spouses. So I realized I could role play somebody much younger, but I don't know. Having a spouse that rides a skateboard around, i.e. Sam, it just doesn't fit with my vision of what I want for my character. And I do role play parts of me. And so it's really difficult for me when in a situation like this that I can't really role play that part of me very well because there's no seniors that I can marry. So anyway, that's just me. I'm sure that I'm kind of unique in that. I know there are older players. I've talked to them on the forums before and people talk about their ages. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I don't know. I know there's a lot of older players now, and I hope that game designers take this into consideration when they are designing games. And I mean, I know that it took a while for the game designers to take into consideration that there were female gamers out there. It took a while for that to kick in and for them to start designing things that included women. And I really was excited when I learned that. So Ultima 7 was the first game that I played where I could roleplay a female, and it really helped me with immersion. And I do have a review of Ultima 7, I have a review playlist, which I encourage you to go take a look at it. I'm going to add more as time goes on. When I have more time, it's funny, I'm retired and I don't have time for things. I barely have enough time to get the 3 videos per week uploaded that I'm doing right now. Speaking of which, you can check on my About tab is my upload schedule. And right now I'm doing Stardew Valley on Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m. American Eastern Time. I'm doing Ken Seed on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And that's a wonderful little game. You got to check that out. I really do need to do a review of that. I just haven't played enough of it to be able to show as much as I would want. Fabulous little game. Kind of similar to Stardew Valley. It's called a farm simulation game, but really farming is a more of a minor part of the game as opposed to Stardew Valley, which farming is a huge part of this game. Obviously you can ignore that, but that's what it is. You're given a farm, a whole farm, and you take it from the humble beginnings to where we end up. And so soon we'll do some progression shots of this fabulous farm and to where we're getting, because we're coming along so well. I want to keep encouraging you to watch and keep seeing what's going to happen, because we do have new things coming all the time. So just keep an eye out and keep watching. And we're getting close to the end here of the day, but we're going to kind of finish up. I've got some things I do need to do before bedtime. It's only 8 p.m. And so I just thought, well, let's spend a little bit of time doing a little bit of work. I know that some players want to play every single day, completely exhausting themselves. Absolutely. And they fall asleep somewhere on their farm, but I don't like doing that. First off, if you fall asleep outside your building or anywhere, not in your bed, it costs you 1,000 gold for someone to find you and put you in bed. And I don't want to do that. I don't see the point in that. Plus, I really don't like playing at night. The screen is dim. It's harder for me to see. I mean, it's not horrible like some games, but it's really hard for me to see. So it's like, when it gets to be that time, I want to go ahead and get in bed. It's like, oh, look, I got some more jade. Put the jade in the box. We are saving jade for a special reason, which will be revealed very, very soon. So we will get there. And just kind of looking over my supplies, and we're doing pretty good. A little bit low on stone, a little bit lower than I would like to be, but we're not using it for anything right now, so that's okay, not too bad. It's getting close to the end of the day. Got a couple of more things that I wanted to do, but if I see Harvey up, oh, look at that. He notices that I'm soaking wet. That's true. I'm not running around in the rain all day long doing stuff. And I haven't checked the TV in a long time, and I know I should be doing that. They give recipes, and I need to really keep on that because I need to get all the recipes in game. It's very important that we get every recipe in the game eventually, because we need to craft them all. That's part of the 100% completion. And I wanted to make one of these fish dishes for a birthday gift for someone that's coming. And I'm thinking, which fish should we use? I don't want to use, if I only got one of something, I don't want to take it out of my box. So we're going to go ahead and use sturgeon, I think that is, to make that and to give that as a gift. It's an easy thing to make. All you need is a piece of fish. There you go. Bam. There we go. Easy peasy. So the whole idea is to give loved gifts to everybody. That's going to end our episode, though. We'll find out who that's going to be for. Thank you so much for following me along. We got lots of changes coming up here in the next couple of days. And give that video a like if you will. Use the secret word down in the comments. But really the most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.